Good evening to all our viewers, everyone watching live tonight, and everyone who will be watching this on replay. So magandang gabi, lalo na kapag makilala nyo mamaya ang mga kasama kong fellow BCBP Alabang members. So welcome to our pilot episode 1, BCBP Mission Go Live. I am KC Frayco, your host for tonight. All right. So before we go ahead with the introductions, I want to thank all of those who has tuned in live in our Facebook page for BCBP Alabang chapter and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. You know, BCBP's mission is to bring Christ to the marketplace and win the marketplace for Christ. And guys, this is the first time we're actually doing this kind of evangelization online. So, for tonight's topic, we will dive into the personal experiences of some of our members from different generations in light of the BCBP Be Honest advocacy. So, for those of you that may not know our Be Honest advocacy, it goes like this: be honest, even if others are not, even if others will not, and even if others cannot. Very, very nice, diba? So we'll go on with the introductions. We originally had 4 BCBP members with us tonight, but unfortunately, one of them will not be able to join. So without further ado, I would like to call on my fellow Millennial, Josh. Take it away.
Hi everyone, good evening. So, sige, let me introduce myself first. So, I am the coolest among the people here. Joke lang. I'm the one millennial nga, sabi nga nila, diba? Also known as the transition generation. So, kami yung mga taong nandun sa stage ng buhay namin na lumilipat ng next stage ng buhay namin. May it be through work, may it be sa professional life namin, sa breakup man yan o engagement. Ang daming nangyayari sa buhay namin ngayon. Promotion man yan o nagsastart ng negosyo. So kami yung generation na, paano ko ba sabihin to? We grew up pretty much before social media, but tumanda rin kami papunta dun sa college and professional years namin na meron ng internet. So we experienced both. Nandun kami sa stage na nasa transition rin kami ng time na yan. But yan, in our generation siguro, ang pinaka-challenge for us to be honest is yun nga, yung being online. Usually kasi iba yung nakikita natin online sa nasa harap natin, sa mga tao sa harap natin. So, yun. So, with that statement, no, yung being honest. So, me as a BCBP member, so I try to be as sincere and as genuine as possible. Siguro yun yung honesty statement ko, no? So, sige, I won't keep long, no? So, I wanna hear from my Tito Chuck and Ate Kate. Ate Kate, pwede mo bang sundan yun, yung ano natin, statement?
Hi Josh, hi Tito Chuck and Casey. I am Kate. I am a proud Gen Xer from the era of Madonna and Betamax and laser discs. What else? Beepers, landlines, party lines, but nothing online. Talagang I can say nothing was easily accessible to us at that time. Just unlike today, where we have Google and Siri. But because of this, I can say that our generation grew up to be very hardworking and patient. And we also grew up with learning about relationships face to face with other people because we spent our time outdoors and meeting with friends outdoors with very minimal parental supervision. it was also a very exciting time. We learned a lot, but at the same time, we were able to cross over to this technological age also of the internet and all that. So there. Aside from that, I would just like to say I'm a single mom, a businesswoman also, and I have a son who is 17 years old. Um, I am into apparel, and that's my business. I came from the corporate world also. Um, so that's it. Let me share more later after we introduce our well-respected Tito, Chuck, who will, I think, who is the most experienced among all. Tito Chuck.
Tito Chuck, you're on mute.
I'm sorry.
Yan na, okay na.
Okay, all right, yeah. All right, okay na? Okay na, Casey. All right,
Yes, yes.
good evening, everybody. My name is Chuck Lazaro. Thank you so much, Kate and Josh, for the introduction. I'm a businessman, and I actually operate an integrated textile mill. I've been in manufacturing for 36 years already, and I'm proud to say that I've survived it kasi wala nang manufacturing lately talaga dito sa atin ngayon. Alam mo, like I'm a baby boomer. In fact, like I'm surprised I'm a baby boomer. Okay, I thought all the while I was a Gen X. pero I'm a baby boomer pala, and guys, like if I recall a lot of things during our time, is like pati sa faucet dun sa poso, pwede ka uminom ng tubig at the time eh. It was that clean, okay? And everything we did was really physical. Okay, that's probably why I'm still very athletic up to now. And the things that I do, like I still play a lot of tennis. I swim. I play basketball, and I bike. I mean, lately nagba-biking ako. So as I said, those are the things we enjoyed before. Wala pa kasi mga video games dati or whatever. So the closest thing I remember about video games at the time was yung Pac-Man. So pero I don't think Josh even knows anything about that. But anyway, like I'm married. I'm married to Myra. I have 6 kids. Kaya siguro baby boomer ako, no? Kasi ayun yung anak. No? So tama-tama pala yung generation. I have 6 kids, and proud to say I have 3. At this age, I have 3 apos already. I have a beautiful granddaughter and two grandsons. And at this point in my life, I guess being honest is not so difficult anymore. Kasi especially being in this community, madali na ako mag-guilty ngayon eh. So madali na mag-guilty ngayon. So I mean, like I think the challenge right now of honesty is probably just about the challenges with the people around you na lang siguro. Kasi sometimes they just can't accept the things that you believe in or what, diba? So at least for me, I always choose to be honest na lang for now. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for that very nice introductions. We got to know a little bit about you, a little bit about your generation, the generation you're representing tonight. No? So before we move on to our mainit na question, our first question later, I just want to say hi to those watching again on YouTube and Facebook. And we encourage you to post any questions, follow-up questions later on. That's fine. Hi, Sis Abby, Tita Non, hello from Alabang East, and Mylene Hinete Aquino says, proud of you, Kate Belia. That's my fan.
Hi.
Mamaling, walang audio. Naku po, paano ba? Kailangan lang ma-adjust po dyan yung yung audio sa end nyo or connection. But am I coming out okay to you guys? Chuck, Josh, Kay?
Yes, you're good.
Yeah,
You're good. We can hear
yeah, you're
you.
good.
All right. So actually, the Be Honest campaign or Be Honest advocacy started with the community a while back in the early 2000, no? And it was really the intention of bringing Christ into the marketplace. Alam niyo naman, 'di ba, dog eat dog world, daming pwedeng mga ano diyan, under the table, mga ganyan, no? But in your workplace, have you ever experienced being honest in your particular workspaces, in your particular workplaces? Who can start? Maybe this time naman Kate, the only rose among the thorns.
Well, yes. Being an employer now and not an employee. Um, of course, sometimes it's very frustrating to see um, the situation around us with what's happening with the government and how taxes are being implemented, with also the increasing costs of overhead and salaries, payroll that you have to pay. Sometimes talagang it's frustrating, and but of course you would still want to do it the right way, to pay what is due to the government, diba? And also do pay your suppliers well. Um, make sure everything is covered. I've noticed before when I was still into food retail, my clients who would be very religious in paying their their balances to me, their businesses really prosper. While the others who um, kind of gave me a hard time or took a long time, giving back. I saw them, the businesses really folded up. So I guess that's just really an easy formula, right? That you just really have to give what is due the others. At the same time, challenges to be honest in the workplace when it comes to your employees. You have to be open with them, share your blessings with them also, and because you are the example to them, you set the or you set the, what do
You're
you
the
call
role
it,
model,
the
the role
culture in the
Mhm.
office, right? So they really look up to you. So you have to be very careful also in terms of dealing with them. Let's ask also Josh, how is
Sige.
it now? You're,
Okay.
well, with work.
Sige. Thank you, Ate Kate. Sige.
Mm,
I'll share my side naman. No? So, si Ate Kate kasi nag-transition siya from being an employee to an employer. So ako kasi I've been an employee since I started my professional career. So I graduated as a civil engineer. Now I'm a project development manager for Aboitiz Land. So within this industry, the construction and the real estate industry, maraming shortcuts. Alam natin lahat 'yon, 'di ba? Maraming substandard roads man 'yan, kung ano mang bahay 'yan, 'di ba? They can build it substandard, syempre. So number one, siyempre, yun nga, parang sinabi rin ni Kate kanina, gusto mong ibigay kung ano yung due sa kanila, kung ano yung binabayaran nila sa inyo. Kasi eventually, you're building your brand. Hindi lang basta kumita. Di ba? So, siguro from the start, it was instilled to me, siguro growing up with my parents or with my family, being an athlete growing up, na huwag kang mandaya kasi eventually it will go back to you. It may not be now, di ba? It may not be now, pero eventually, babalik yan eh. Babalik yung karma sa'yo. So again, as an employee, another siguro side of being honest. Diba? Sabi ko nga kanina, we're in the transition phase of our lives as a millennial. So nandun kami sa stage na napopromote kami or we're starting our own businesses. So I'm in the stage na pataas ako sa mid-management to upper management na yun nga, sabi rin ni Casey kanina, dog eat dog world tayo, di ba? Na kailangan mo rin mas maging sincere at genuine para paniwalaan ka ng mga tao, 'di ba? Pwede kang ma-promote pero walang nakikinig sa 'di ba? So me being in this community, according to Sakran kanina, kahit pa paano nag-ground ka week on week with all the events that you're attending. You get grounded with your values. Na-align yung values mo regularly. Na hindi naman tayo lahat perfect, di ba? Na with this community talagang it brings you back So yun. So yun yung nangyayari sa akin sa workplace. Ikaw, what about you, Tito Chuck, with your business?
Yeah, yeah. I'll start out with the product. Okay, I guess imagine I've been doing this for the past 36 years, manufacturing. In fact, to tell you guys honestly, I've been manufacturing three kinds of products in my factory that are still running up to now. And why? Because of the quality. Okay. A lot of people have tried to copy it. Even China has tried to people have tried to import the same material from China. But then, as I said, it became it's substandard. Okay, in other words, dinadaya, just like what you're saying in the real estate or civil engineering world, Josh, di ba? Pagka shortcut mo yung produkto, nagiging substandard yung quality, and in the long run, pati yung customer mo nawawala na rin. At least that's been my experience so far. So maybe I've lost a lot of customers, but then at least meron akong loyal customers rin who are now and have been working with me for such a long time already, and we're not only doing the same products, but we're developing newer and more quality products with them. And then when it comes naman to the workplace, okay, mga employees mo, I mean, kasi in my case, kasi I work in a factory. I don't know if you guys know the factory setting or what. Most of them are like mga daily paid employees, di ba? I don't want to say a lot of them, didn't really go to school or what, pero madali ang tao mahilig ang tao magpalusot, okay? All right. So, in my case, as long as I'm always honest with them, I don't mind. Ang maganda ngayon with the technology, dati kasi meron ako mga roving na mga security guards and whatever. And ngayon may CCTV na. So at least now, at least kahit paano ngayon, nagiging honest na sila sa mga ginagawa nila. They're working at the right hours and whatever. So at least that helps. Thanks to technology, at least it helps a lot. And then now, okay, so since I don't only operate the factory, but also not only deal with the customers, I also deal with the government, of course, di ba? And I guess one of the things that I'm proud of is kahit paano, I comply. Our company complies with a lot of things, especially sa mga DNR, mga environmental issues. Kasi diyan kami tinitira palagi as a factory. And it's been, it's such an expensive thing to do, but honestly, it pays a lot talaga to be good. So that's all I can share, though.
Thank you guys. No? Mahirap talaga maging honest kahit saan ka magpunta, sa trabaho, sa pamilya, di ba? Kaya nga, we have to continue working on ourselves and keep ourselves with the presence of other people who can be good influences. Just very quickly, I want to say hi to our BCBP National President who's there watching with us tonight, BV Lay. Yes, thank you for chiming in here. All of our very supportive BCBP Alabang members saying hi from other chapters. We have here now Olongapo chapter. Thank you very much, guys. It's a very big topic kasi in our advocacy that people don't really talk about honesty, di ba? So, like sa mga pinagkwentuhan ninyo, you being honest to people not being honest to you. How do you deal with that? Can you give an example when someone's not honest to you? How do you deal with that? Do you confront them? Do you what's the way? How do you do it? And does it differ from each generation? Tito Chuck, ikaw naman, how do you deal
Ano,
with these people?
well, when in the workplace, of course, I punish them, no? So I'll be honest, I really punish them, di ba? Pero
Paano punishment ng baby boomer? Paano ba?
paano nga kung I mean, if they stole something or whatever, syempre, yeah, I mean, they have to be, they have to go through yung mga, ano, di ba? What they did. Pero like, when you ask me about like, how do I deal with people who are dishonest, di ba? Uh, that's a pretty hard question to answer because like honestly I don't care eh, di ba? Kasi problema niya na yun eh, di ba? Di ba? Problema niya na yun eh. So I mean like hindi naman kasi if you're being dishonest, hindi naman ako yung niloloko niya eh. Niloloko niya lang sarili niya eh, di ba? Because somehow, some way, it's gonna get back to him eh. So,
Yeah.
like, kasi like, di ba? I mean, that's why it's so easy to be truthful eh. It's so easy to
Dagdagan ko
be
yun, Tito Chuck. Dagdagan ko yun.
ano,
So, kung si
ano.
Tito Chuck magagalit agad, siguro,
Oh,
for my generation, ang gagawin namin is lalayuan namin yung taong yun. Kumbaga na brandingan na namin yun. Meron na siyang reputation sa akin na loko-loko tong taong to. Na dishonest ng taong to, I won't deal with this guy anymore. I won't get mad, di ba? I won't shout, I won't punch him, di ba? Walang ganon. Pero hindi na kita kakausapin. Ganon siguro ako. I'm not
Unfortunately,
sure.
talaga. Yeah, I agree with that. Parang for a person, you'll have a dozen truths, but only one lie will really change other people's impression of you, right? Ako din, ganyan, I think, same with my generation. Talagang ano na lang, I just kind of stay away from that person if I don't have any future dealings with that person anyway. But for example, if it's with my son, talagang I also tell him, as Tito Chuck said, parang sinong
Oo.
niloloko mo? Sinong
Tama.
niloloko mo if you're doing that, diba? And you're just fooling yourself. But talagang, it's better if, for example, to just really admit your mistake because we're all human, we all make mistakes, but then being dishonest, lying is intentional. It's intentional. So when the truth comes out, it hurts the other person more, diba? And it's harder to forgive that. So hopefully people learn more not to, or to be more honest. Yan.
Ano nga ba yung sinabi mo dati, Tito Chuck? Yung the truth will set you free ba?
Agree. Pero may I just add also, of course, syempre, pagka, Kate, you just said it earlier, and I mean, if it's your son, if it's my kids, syempre, we love them, and we just have to continue correcting them as much as we can as parents, di ba? And, tsaka, it's being taught with that to us rin naman that, we must be always be forgiving to people, di ba? It's part of charity rin that we have to do, di ba? Is to be more forgiving. Of course, meron siyang may limit or whatever. Pero, kasi in my case, marami na nagdaya rin sa akin.
Yeah.
Marami na totoo naman eh. Marami na nagdaya, pero nag-sorry naman sila. So, sa akin, okay na sa akin yun, So, and like what I said, I think, they get hurt more than the people more than anything else, they get more hurt talaga with their action, diba?
Because it seems like across generations, honesty is still a virtue today. Yeah? Regardless of what generation you belong. And curious to know, how was that instilled to you? How did you get to that, ano ba? How did you get to know that virtue? How did you get to acquire that virtue? Was it through your parents, your teachers, your mentors, or through an unforgettable experience? Maybe you can share that to us. Maybe, Josh, you want to start?
Sige, iniisip ko pa eh. Sige. Siguro, sige. Biggest influence siguro sa akin, syempre, my parents growing up, no? Being punished, sabi ni Tito Chuck kanina. And being an athlete growing up, na pag nagsinungaling ka, sinabi mo hinawakan mo yung linya, pero hindi mo talaga hinawakan yung linya, mas tatakbo ka, mas mag-sprint ka, di ba? So, minsan tinetest ka ng parents mo, pati ng mga coach ko growing up. So, maaga ko natutunan na if you lie and you get caught, mas malala yung consequences eh. So, mas okay nang mahirapan ka ngayon, mas okay nang tumakbo pa ako, mas okay nang hindi ko makuha yung ice cream na yun, kaysa mapalo ako ng sinturon. Diba? So, it was instilled to me through punishment, I guess, of people in authority in my life. And I guess it translated well to me, to how I deal with people now. Yeah, so yun yung formative years ko. So, Ate Kate, baka may gusto kong i-share kung paano na-instill sa yung honesty.
Mine was different. I think, medyo magaling ako lumusot. So, alam mo, nakalusot ako many, many times, di ba? However, it all came back to me. I learned it the hard way. They didn't have to. Parang they just let me be. My parents just let me be. I made my own decisions, of course, with reminders from them. Talagang but they were not strict, very strict. So talagang medyo, ayun, yan. And then, but as I grew older, I realized that all these things, talagang, it's hard. You carry, it becomes a burden when you keep things to yourself. It's like isolating yourself. It's parang you're, for example, we're in a conversation as a family. Yun, my friends would know something that my family wouldn't know. I think parang we brought this up one time during our pre-prod, right? I was a different person. When I'm with my family, I couldn't speak much. So parang they're all having fun there. Tapos ako quiet. Because some things were on my mind. Ganyan. Ang hirap. It was, and then it was like I wasn't living real life then. Like that. Diba? So sabi ko, parang that's not how I wanted it to be. I want openness. It's much easier. It's much happier that way. So I think in the end talagang I made my own decision na thinking that when you are dishonest about something, then that simply means that you know that what you're doing is not right. And so parang ganun. So I learned it myself on my own.
Ate Kate, nahiya naman ako sa shinare ko, ang babaw.
Ay, sobra naman yung ako. Generational yan. Diba?
Okay. Baka mas malalim pa kay Tito Chuck.
Talagang generation, okay? Yeah, because like when I was listening to you, Kate, okay, I was born, wala pang cellphone talaga, okay? Tapos kung magaling ka lumusot dati, Kate, baka mas magaling ako sa'yo. Kasi I would tell my parents that I was playing tennis in Polo Club, pero actually nasa Tally Beach na ako. Okay, so nobody would know. Okay, all right. So anyway, it's just good probably na especially during my younger times, I didn't get so much in trouble. Pero when going back to Casey's question on like honesty and who's the biggest influencer or where did I really learn honesty? It was really from my father. Okay, all right, because my father is a lawyer. Okay, and when I was younger or whatever, I sort of got into like a lot of trouble talaga. All right. And ito ang sinabi ng tatay ko, kaya talagang dapat talaga honest, You have to tell me the truth para matulungan kita. In other words, sabihin mo yung totoo para mapalusot natin ikaw or something. What I'm saying, like, so you have to tell the truth talaga. You really have to tell the truth talaga, or else we won't nobody will be able to help you at all, diba? I mean, if you keep hiding and hiding and hiding, just like what happens probably to our kids or what, how can we help them if they don't tell us the truth talaga? So that's the biggest influencer. My biggest influencer talaga is my father, and I feel, and he was so honest that at age 21, when people were like, I was working na rin kasi at the time, and like when you had to file yung mga taxes and whatever, my dad always told me, file the right tax palagi. And it's good talaga. It pays back talaga to do the right thing talaga. So
That's true, no? That's true. A lot of your experiences, I can relate the most to Josh, syempre.
Millennial.
Totoo yun. Totoo talaga yun, ano? Really, we're instilled very well with discipline by our parents, which turned out fine, right? We're fine. So, I just want to say hi again to, of course, our biggest fans out there, the people commenting. Uh, we have Mervin Servano saying that our Facebook page was just shared to the BCBP Christ Young Professionals in Cavite. Guys, we're reaching, far from Manila. Also, Ate Chiu is saying she's enjoying our pilot episode. She's cheering us on, guys. Hi, Ate Chiu. Thank you.
Hello.
And our biggest fan, Papa Frank. Another first from Alabang. Yes, thank you for that. Congratulations. And Aris Saison, ilalagay na rin sa podcast itong show na to. Thank you for that. Hi, Shai. Thank you for cheering us on. Ang dami guys. Ang daming listening to us. Thank you. God bless you all. And now we have a question from K Billion. How would you practice the virtue of honesty when there's so much fake news circulating online? Is there a generational difference in responding to these types of news? Oh, paano ba ang reaction or response nyo to fake news? Let's start with our baby boomer, Tito Chuck. What can you say about news?
at this age, Casey and Kate and Josh, at this point in my life, I mean, like, instead of like listening or like believing or reacting on things talaga, I mean, normally I just patiently wait on what really the truth is talaga. I mean, like, I mean, for me talaga, like, fake news. Kaya nga sinasabi mo, like, this is such a good topic, especially for honesty, because like, like, I mean, this age of like new technology, diba? Social media, internet, and whatever. It's really so easy to like even destroy people, diba? Doing this. So, kaya nga sinasabi ko, like, what I'm trying to say siguro is like, I mean, I just don't believe anything right away, okay? Or I don't react. Maybe I'll take time to react on things, before I totally believe. Parang tong vaccine na to or whatever, let it be. Pero ako gusto ko magka-vaccine, di ba? Pero I don't really believe anything until it's really proven.
I see. That makes sense naman, ano? That makes sense. What about you, Kate? How do you deal with news?
Me, I try to discern. If I feel here in the house, kasi I live with my father who's 70 and my son who's 17. And really the news, talagang they have a different approach to those. Actually, most of the time they argue. I'm in the middle, diba? My dad, who's 70, parang he seems to believe all the fake news. And I think in their group chats, they send so much messages among themselves, diba? Negative, positive, ganyan. My son naman who's 17, he refuses to listen to those. He says they've had enough of the negativity, so they only choose what's positive. Same with me. Well, I try to be very cautious also in choosing which to believe and which not. But too much negativity I cannot take also. So I will just ignore. I will ignore, but syempre be careful also. Be warned, for example, during this pandemic also, be warned of which news to believe in. That's it lang.
Yeah.
What's your approach, Josh?
Sige. I'll speak in behalf of my generation. Kasi kami nga, sabi ko kanina, kami nandun sa transition ng social media. So, lahat kami nasa phone most of the time. With work, with professional things, nasa phone namin lahat yan. So, ang tendency namin is maniwala agad most of the time. No? Maniwala at mag-react right away without even confirming. Sabi nga dito sa kanina, diba? You should confirm, you should check muna before you share. So, I guess, or it's in my feed siguro, no? Facebook, Instagram. Everyone reacts. Kakalabas lang ng news, everyone reacts, di ba? So, yun nga, according to Ate Kate, daming negativity. Negative na nga yung news, negative pa yung mga reactions, di ba? So, siguro what I do, similar to what Kate, ginagawa ni Kate, no? I discern muna. Siyempre, I want to be informed kahit pa paano. I want to be informed of what's happening. Pero lahat kasi nandyan eh. Lahat, hindi mo alam kung ano yung totoo. So, siguro, how I deal with it, I don't react right away. I just see to it na kahit fake yan, alam ko yan. Di ba? Basta may alam ako sa nangyayari. Bago ako i-share yun, bago ako mag-react, or bago ko siya pag-usapan with people around me, I see to it na confirmed yung data na yun before I spread anything na mali. Kasi, ang bilis ng spread eh, di ba? So, there, confirm before sharing and reacting. Kasi ang bilis ng balita ngayon eh. Alam natin lahat yan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with Josh again. But I think I understand. I understand how all generations would really have a different approach when it comes to this, no? One can be very cautious, one who's in the middle. Gen Xers are talaga in the middle of everyone. I have siblings din kasi that are always in the middle of parents, and kami ng sister ko were in the younger generation, no? So, ganun talaga. And now, I guess I'm down to my last question about how would you actually kanina medyo na-mention na ni Kate about being different with what you tell your friends, what you tell your family, but I'm curious to know, is that for you, is that being honest when you're different between towards your friends or your wife or your girlfriend, diba? For those that are not married here, meron bang mga challenges na ganon in terms of being honest? Juicy na to. Let's get real, guys.
Si Josh yan.
Sige, simulan ko. Siguro with friends and my partner, my girlfriend. Kasi to people who know me, alam nila I try to be positive as much as I can. Pero minsan tinatago ko yung negative feelings ko, which is not good. Sabi nga dito sa kanina, the more you keep it to yourself, walang makakatulong sa'yo. So, as much as I can na sasabihin ko talaga nararamdaman ko. Kasi yun yung makakatulong sa'yo eh. Kunyari may sama ka ng loob dun sa girlfriend mo, hindi ka niya dinalhan ng pagkain after a long day. Ang babaw, no? Sabihin mo, di ba? Kasi those small things can trickle down or mag-snowball siya eh, na magtatanim ka ng sama ng loob without saying that one small thing na hindi niya ginawa. Tapos mababaon pa siya ng di niya ako tinext, di niya ako tinawagan, or bakit cancel siya ng cancel sa lakad namin, diba? So the more you keep it to yourself, no matter how small it is, it will snowball. Lalaki yung sama ng loob mo hanggang kakainin ka na, makikipag-break ka na. Diba? So, yun lang.
So,
Hindi naman break up. Hindi naman break up. Hindi ko siya ginawa. Wala lang. Anyway, next topic. So, yun lang. So, no matter how small it is, sabihin mo lang. It will set you free. Sabi nga Tito Chuck. There.
Ako,
So, Tito Chuck, may ma-share ka? Mas marami ka sigurong relationships.
Ay, ako simple lang buhay ko. What you see is what you get. Diba? I got nothing to hide anymore. Kasi, so, what I am right now with BCBP is the same person I am with my work and even with my family, you know. I mean, like, I'm cheerful, diba? I mean, like, and I must say, happy-go-lucky, diba? In fact, kanina, kinakabahan ako magganito-ganito eh. Pero ngayon, okay na ako, diba? Kaya lang, nakakahiya na, baka maging nakakahiya na ako mamaya. But anyway, as I said, I'm the same. I mean, I think like I try to as much as possible to be the same to everything, to everybody. I don't hide anything from friends, from family, most especially from my wife, kasi yun ang delikado sa lahat. But I must say, like I love being alone though. Actually, I really love being alone. So that's why pagka yung nagte-tennis ako, mag-isa lang ako with the trainer. Tapos pag nagbabike ako, mag-isa lang rin ako nagbabike. Swimming, I swim also on my own. But what I'm saying is like, I mean, I enjoy solitude, but at the same time, I'm the same with everybody. Ikaw, Kate. Iba kasi Kate.
I don't, as I mentioned earlier, yeah, that's where I came from. That having a different life with my friends, with other people, and with my family. I don't want to go back there. Talagang it's hard. It's very liberating to be able to be open to everybody, and everybody knows who you are, and you can talk to anybody, however which way you want. And even to my son, I know I have made mistakes also, but I think each and every person, they feel that they deserve the honesty, diba? And actually, I think without that, there's no love, there's no respect without honesty. And well, it's about live. Sometimes with our loved ones, we want to protect them from the harsh realities. We shelter them, diba? Pero that truth will really come out always. So it's better just to be open from the very start. Ano ba yung, yeah. Did I answer the question?
No, on the spot mo kami, Casey.
Ay, ganun talaga. Be honest nga kayo naman, no? But very nice stories and learnings that you've shared so far. But for before we say goodbye to all of our viewers, is there something or final thought that you want to share to everyone watching tonight about being honest, a learning, possibly a tip? I'd like to say again, hi to all of those who are watching with us tonight. Thank you very much for staying on, especially those who have started with us, our family, our friends, our fellow chapter mates in Alabang, from other chapters, Binyan, Cavite. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support, guys. But for your final thoughts, is there a tip, a learning that you can share to all the viewers tonight and the ones who will be watching this on replay? you're going back to our advocacy. Be honest, even if others are not, even if others will not, and even if others cannot. So what message do you have for them tonight? Uh, let's start with Tito Chuck, our veteran,
Oh, well,
wisest of them all.
hindi naman wise. Wala nga akong maisip eh. Diba? So, uh, I mean, like, I think I've said it earlier. Easier. I mean, the truth will really set you free. And being honest is, I mean, if you're honest, you'd actually live a simple life. Eh? So you don't have to hide anything anymore. And, like, di ba we're all like, we're supposed to be evangelizers also. And as evangelizers, which we should like evangelize God's will. And God's will is to love Him and to love our neighbor. Di ba? Yun lang naman ang God's will. Eh. So, I mean, like, how can you do that if you're not being truthful and honest, not only to yourself, but to others? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Tito Chuck. Next up, Josh. Mukhang may gusto ka nang sabihin eh.
Hindi, ang hirap sundan eh. Ang hirap sundan eh. Laging mababaw yung sharing ko eh. Kasi ako yung pinaka-dead joke lang.
Of course not. Of course not.
Siguro what I can share, no, based on what I heard tonight and from my experience. Honesty is the start of your brand or pwedeng legacy. Diba? Doon nagsisimula yung, si Josh, okay yan. Si KC, honest yan, maayos ang kausap. Diba? Or maayos ang magtrabaho. On that brand, that reputation starts with honesty. So, yun. Honesty is a long game, I think. The benefits will, sa dulo mo siya mararamdaman, hindi siya agad-agad. Kasi if you're not honest, dun mo makukuha ng mas mabilis yung mga bagay, diba? Dinidiskartehan mo. But building your brand, building your legacy will bring you places eh. So, yun, parang ang dami ko nang na-experience, no? Pero yun yung nararamdaman ko sa mga naririnig ko kay Ate Kate sa kay Tito Chuck. So, honesty is the start of your brand and your legacy. So, maging honest tayo lahat.
Nice, nicely said.
For me, I think honesty can sometimes hurt you. It can be difficult, especially if it's a decision choosing between the greater good or being honest to somebody. But I think, as Josh mentioned also, it's about living a good life. And in the end, at least you will have no regrets whatsoever that you did the right thing. But of course, honesty, it all starts with being true to yourself. It's impossible to be true to others if you're not true to yourself. So love yourself, accept yourself, especially in this world that constantly tries to change us with social media that expects you to somehow live a perfect life, seemingly perfect life. Always, with all the noise, you stop and try to assess your intentions. Find a quiet time also and be in touch with yourself all the time. In terms of being honest to others, also before you say something, before you admit, or you have to do it with kindness and with the proper intentions also of not just saying it because you have to say it or because it can really hurt. So it's also how you say it with kindness. You have to say it with kindness here. And it will be good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for being very open and honest with sharing your stories with candidly. Tama na tama.
Sumobra. Kasalanan mo to eh.
But really, It's very interesting, no? Because this particular topic, we wanted to see how is there a difference between generations in terms of the way you understand honesty, the way you express your honesty to others. And it seems that with the three of you, yeah, there can be some differences, the way you approach it, the way you take the honesty of other people or dishonesty of other people. But in a nutshell, you're all pretty much aligned on, all your final thoughts tonight resonated with me. And I hope it resonates with all of you out there listening to us, all of you who I hope are inspired by these people, these wonderful people who volunteered to say yes, diba? To say yes to this pilot episode. And really, what my takeaway here tonight is that honesty is your brand, it is your legacy, it is what you want to leave out there to the world, online, in person, in anything that you do at work, with your family, with your friends. It is your legacy, it is who you are. Beyond it being a virtue, beyond it um, being a way to express yourself, but really, by being honest, your life also becomes simple, right? Very beautiful. No? Your life becomes simple, and don't we all just want to have a simple life? And lastly, by being true and honest to yourself, it will naturally flow to others. And if at all you need to be honest with somebody who's giving you a hard time, who's giving you challenges, just say it with kindness. Always. Honesty and kindness together, perfect combination. And all of these have been such a very interesting discussion with you all. Actually, ayoko pa matapos. Ang dami ko pang naiisip na follow. Pero, maybe we can have a part two of this generational kind of conversation. Madaming tayong matututunan sa isa't isa, di ba? What do you think?
Iba naman tawagan mo.
Huwag na kami.
Okay na kami. Okay na kami.
Sige. Sa next episodes, baka kayo naman na maging facilitator host natin, di ba? Pwede.
Pero I learned a lot, Tito Chuck and Ate Keita. I mean, iba-iba talaga tayo ng pinagdaanan. Ang galing. It's the same thing, pero iba-iba. Ang galing.
Yes,
Thank you to everyone who watched us, who's watching us.
Yeah. Thank you. And well, I guess we'll call it a night for now. But watch out for our next episodes and stay online with us here with BCBP Mission Go Live, Go Live. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lupet!
Congrats!
Thank you. Galing. Joy.
Thank you for making us feel a bit more relaxed.
Chuck, listen, Kate.
Tawagin mo.
Ano?
Congrats!
Yay.
Pinahirapan kayo sa tanong ni Kaden, no?
Ano ba yun? Kay, see you.
Galing.
We're still live now, Anton.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. All right.
You're still streaming?
Sorry. Yes. All right.
Okay na ba?
Good night, guys. All right.
Okay.
Night.
Bye.